able to see my screen?
I will give you the yes. Yes, yes, we can see your skin.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Hello everyone. Good evening. Myself Ravi Teja. So I'm having total 10 plus years of experience in SAP. I worked on the various modules like ABAP, OData, SAP UI5, Fiori, BTP CAPM. So today we are going to discuss about the BTP CAP and the SAP BTP. So why BTP is the famous and why we are going to use the BTP CAPM. So and what is the architecture of BTP. Okay, first we'll discuss about the what is the BTP. Okay, it is a cloud-based platform. Okay, it is a PaaS. Means so we can pay the amount and we can use the services. We no need to pay any. Sorry, we no need to install any software and we no need to maintain any server over here. We are just paying amount to the SAP and whatever the services we require. So we can subscribe and we can work on this one just like a plug and play. So how we are using the Uber and Ola. So we are just paying the money and we are utilizing their services, right? The same way here also. So the same way here BTP also we are paying the money and we are using. So, what is the BTP? So, it is used for the build applications and integrating the applications SAP to the non-SAP, and we can extend it the SAP and non-SAP systems. So, we have the core clone clean concept, right? Means SAP introduced, SAP told us we no need to utilize, we no need to work on the standard solutions on the on-premise system. We have to whatever the standard enhancement. So in the from the 2022 HANA version, we have to do all the enhancement in the cloud only. So here the cloud means BTP. So we have to do it over here. Okay. So and it will reduce
One point,
the
Ravi.
infrastructure.
Just one point, sorry to disturb.
Yeah.
So, BTP will come into picture only
Mhm.
if the client is on cloud only, as for HANA on cloud only, right?
Not only like that, even though if you have the on-premise system,
Hmm.
so suppose you have the this MM01, VA01, these screens are so there, right? If you want to
Hmm.
extend those things, example, you want to do the screen exit, okay, user exit, we have some enhancement, right? Instead of doing directly into the on-premise system, so we can do it over here by using the in-app and the side-by-side extensibility. Okay.
In the BTP.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the BTP by using the CAPM.
Okay. So in that case, the client will go on premises as for HANA and also will do subscription for the BTP, yeah, cloud as well.
Yes, yes, yes. We
Okay.
can.
Go ahead, please go ahead.
Yeah, it will. So as I told you, it is the cloud-based platform. Just how we are using the YouTube, Amazon, and other websites. The same way, so we no need to install any software. So it will reduce the infrastructure maintenance. Okay, means uh, platform as a service I told you. So if it is the on-premise system, we need to work on the storage, server network, virtualization, operation system, middleware. On top of that one, the application on top of the application and the data. And here we have the total five pillars. Okay, in BTP, the database management means handle and the analytics thing we have done over here and integration. So this is the another pillar. So here the CPI team is going to work and application development and automation. So here UFI Fiori team, CAP, BPA, build process automation, build apps team is going to work on this one and the AI, Joule and AI Launchpad. So this team is going to work on. Okay, 1 minute. Give me a moment. So I'm getting.
So what
Sorry,
is it?
some
Yeah,
network issue.
good, good. Yeah.
So in the SAP BTP environments, we have total 4 environments. So first one is the Neo environment. Means it is the very first time SAP introduced the Neo environment. So same like if you introduce anything, so any mobile, so we have they introduce the very basic, right? After that they will keep on upgrading the new things. The same way SAP also introduced the Neo environment. So it is the legacy one. It is the very first time they introduced the Neo environment. It supports the SAP UEFI applications and Java based application and then BAP environment and the schema environment. So it is the Kubernetes environment means here we can work on the all the latest applications, like we can do the build process automation, AI tools and the everything we can do it. But if you want to work on the schema environments, we need to know the Kubernetes. Okay, without the Kubernetes knowledge we cannot work on this one. Then SAP introduced the cloud foundry environment. Okay, in the cloud foundry environment, so we can work on the all the modules. Okay, all the languages we can work on Node.js application, Java applications, CAP applications. So everything we can work on the latest technology. Even though Python we can work on this one. So in the Kima also we can work on this one. But if you want to work on the Kima environment, we need to know the Kubernetes. For the Cloud Foundry, we no need to know the other languages. That's why majority of the companies are utilizing the Cloud Foundry. Since if you can work on the Kima environment, so but you need to know the Kubernetes languages, additional languages. For the Cloud Foundry, you can work on the whatever without knowing the any additional language. You can concentrate on your languages. So that's why majority of companies are using the Cloud Foundry environment. Okay.
So one question, Ravi, one question here. So this
Yeah,
cloud
please,
foundry
please.
and schema environment, so will be
Hmm.
decided by the SAP based on the client business model. They will
Hmm.
decide, they will suggest, or this is the up to client, which one they should go.
So, solution architect, system architect will decide this one.
Client solution architect, not the
Yeah, yeah.
SAP, not from SAP,
Yes, yes.
not from SAP people, but from the client solution architect will decide.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, then we are discussing about the what is the CAP. Okay, it is the cloud processing model. So, it is used for the building the enterprise grade services. So, it is here you can create over here. And it supports the languages, two languages, okay, Node.js and the Java, and here it supports the officially two database, HANA Cloud and the PostgreSQL. So if you want to disconnect with the one database to the another database, we can easily, okay, it is loosely coupled with the any database. Okay. Suppose the PostgreSQL is the open source. It is the Microsoft one and the HANA Cloud SAP one. Okay. Suppose you want to suppose now you are using the HANA Cloud. Now your company thought your company thinks so why I need to pay amount to the HANA Cloud? So why can't I use the PostgreSQL since it is the open source? We can easily switch to the HANA Cloud the PostgreSQL without writing the much code. Okay. Just 6 to 7 lines code we can use. Okay. And we can develop the application by using the two tools of shape at present one is the application and the VS Code. Okay.
One question, Ravi, just so this code is
Yeah.
compatible between these two databases, HANA Cloud and PostgreSQL. So we don't need to change any
Sorry?
code and all. Code, whatever the code we will write,
No, no,
that code is
no,
compatible
no,
for
no, no way to change it is lose yeah, with any database. So so tomorrow SAP support the MongoDB. We can do it just we have to run the 5 to 6 commands. Okay, just
your voice is breaking,
send an
Ravi.
upload to
Mm.
PostgreSQL. But the uh,
Your voice is breaking. Yeah. So Ravi, we lost connection. I think you are disconnected. Hello.
Hello.
Ravi, so now we can hear you. Now we can
Sorry,
hear.
sorry. So I'm facing some network issue.
Okay, good, good.
So we no need to write the single line of code to connect to the HANA cloud to the PostgreSQL. We just need to run the some commands. Okay. Just to 5 to 6 commands we need to run. We no need to run the more commands. Okay. We don't need to write a single line of code to transfer HANA cloud to the PostgreSQL. Suppose you are using the PostgreSQL, tomorrow SAP think or your company think. So we can move to the MongoDB, we can convert. Okay. No issues. It is loosely coupled with the any database. Okay. So at present, SAP supports the HANA Cloud and the PostgreSQL. Okay. And we can develop this application by using the business application studio and the VS Code. Okay. And it supports the libraries called the CDS libraries. Okay.
So one question here, Ravi. So that BAS and VS is the platform for the
Uh,
development environment in the cloud. BAS and VS.
BS SAP one, it is a business application studio. It is a SAP offered, and the VS Code again is the open source, and the Microsoft offered this one VS Code, Visual Studio Code. Okay.
Okay. So in this we write a
These
code.
are the we have. Sorry.
We write the code inside in this environment, BAS and VS code.
Yes, 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 yes.
Like
Back and
ABAP
we
editor in
we have the
SC38.
yeah, yeah. We use the Eclipse, right, for the
Yes, yes.
ADT.
Ah.
So the same like we have the VS Code and the Bash. Here we write the CAPM code, CAP code, and the VS Code. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
And the cap. So we can create the rapid development means we can create the application very fast, and here it is automatically generate the OData services and the REST services, and we can add the validation and authorization. Okay, built in. It is a built in. Okay, we can no need to write only a application or the here. So it is the built. So we can do the validation and authorization. Okay, and we can create the full stack application means backend, middleware, UFI application, all the application we can create, and it is easily deployed. Okay, we can easily deploy code into the BTP. Okay, we can easily deploy it into the code into the BTP any environment, BTP Cloud Foundry or the BTP Schema. But if you want to deploy your code into the Schema environment, you need to know the Kubernetes languages. Okay, and it is the architecture of this one. Okay, first, if you want to convert into the connect it into the BTP backend system, so we need to the S4 system or on-premises ECC system through cloud connector. We can connect it to the BTP. From the BTP, we connected to the through business application studio or VS Code. We can create the CAPM application. From here, we can create the UFI application. This is the flow. Backend, from the backend to the business application, sorry, from the backend to the BTP, we cannot directly communicate it. We need to know the some mediator, that is called the cloud connector and the destinations over here. From there, we have to connect with the, we can create the CAPM application. In the CAPM application, we can create the UFI applications. Okay. Any questions till now? Do you have any questions?
So one
Hello?
question ready here. So
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
the
please, please.
tables we are having the S4 HANA backend, those tables we
Uh-huh.
can access here in this through CAPM coding, in this base.
Yeah, we can. That is we can use the side by side extension. So through
Mhm.
side by side extension, we can do it. but we need the OData services. So we cannot directly communicate those table over here. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to use the some standard service. Suppose the sales order, we have the some standard OData services are there. Sales
Mm-hmm.
order underscore AP, sales order underscore AP underscore SRV. For the
Mm-hmm.
main service, for the maintenance, plant maintenance, we have the main service API and the purchase orders. There are some few standard APIs are there. So through those standard APIs, we can easily communicate to BTP. And if you do the, if you from here without the GUI, we can insert the data, or we can delete the data, you can update the data, or we can access from here, okay, through side by side extension, okay. But it should be the OData services, okay.
Okay.
Hello, clear?
Yeah.
I hope it is clear.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Please, you can ask any one of you have any questions quickly. Okay, so because this is a real-time expert, so you can ask what you are having, express real-time point of view, maybe data flow or whatever that you have the questions. So coming to just quick questions is what I prepared last. I mean also. So what you can
Hmm?
say the exact purpose if you ask one question about the BTP. So we can tell this is a environment, right? Business technology platform, the environment of SAP given for the all cloud applications of SAP to build
Yeah,
the.
yeah, it is not, yeah, it is not only for the CAPM. Here we can do the automation, and we can do the AI, and we can integrate the system, and we can extend the system. So all the everything. So whatever we have the export system, so everything we can do it over here. Okay, we have
So
the
ABAP
success
code also we can
factor.
write here, no, right? ABAP code can be
Yeah,
written in the.
we can write ABAP, and we have the wrap, right? Wrap, we can do it over here.
Okay, okay, okay. And who has to run, I mean, learn this one, basic prerequisite. Again, other confusion is it we have the BTP ABAP and BTP Fiori something like that different or BTP is the common terminology we use it?
So, in the BTP, we have the separate model. We have the S4 system. The S4 is 5 SD, okay, TRM, okay, TM. Different modules are there, right? So here also for we have for the Fiori, we can say BTP Fiori. For the CAPM, we can say BTP CAP. For the CPI, we can say the BTP CPI. So for the build process automation, just like workflows, we have the BTP BPA. So we have this, all the modules over here
Like
also.
BTP
Okay,
ABAP
it
also.
is.
Suppose if I'm ABAP, I'm ABAP, so I want
Uh,
expertise, so I can say BTP ABAP, I'm expert like that.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay,
It is just a platform like we have the on-premise system, right? It is
okay,
instead of the on-premise system, it is the cloud solution. We have the for the different things for the build process automation. I'm talking about the technical ways. I'm not sure about the function. For the workflows, we have the build process automation. Okay, for the Fiori, we have the Fiori. For the CAP and cloud application programming model, full stack application, we have the CAP. For the integration, so with the CPI. So okay.
okay. So suppose if I'm a BTP ABAP, I want expertise. So what skills is required in ABAP
Mhm.
point of view? The basic all ABAP concepts, right? ABAP coding skills.
Yeah, only basic, all
Prerequisite of
basic
ABAP. I mean,
ABAP.
ABAP is prerequisite, must. If you want to become as
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
ABAP BTP
Yes,
consultant.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
And is must to learn the CAPM as well also? CAPM also for ABAP person,
For
no?
the CAPM, nothing. It's the latest technology, so no need to know the anything. But it is better to know the what is the table, what is the view, okay, what is the tables, okay, what is the list in the UFI point of what is the OData services. If you know the basic terminology, that would be the great. Okay,
Okay. So and from
it
S4
is the latest
HANA
technology.
on-premises
So
to BTP will connect through the cloud connector, the
yeah, cloud
connectivity point.
connectors, and we'll create the destinations in the sub account level, BTP layer.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, thanks. So any questions? Anyone? So if you don't have questions, we'll move on to Fiori. Ranjan, you can take Fiori, yeah? Any questions on BTP?
Yes,
Huh? So we'll
no,
move on
no,
to
not from my side.
Fiori and OData. Thanks, Ravi.
Yeah, thank you.
Any
Yeah,
question?
here Mahesh, I want to add one point.
Raise to me, right? Any one of you have any questions, sir? You
Hello,
can.
Mahesh.
Many of you are, I know,
Yes.
you are from group only, my group only. So you can ping to me the questions.
Yeah, Mahesh, I want to add one point to BTP thing.
Oh, yes, yes. Good, good. No.
Yeah, here in BTP, we have only one, for every BTP instance, there will be one global account. Okay. For that global account, we will create sub accounts that those are nothing but tenants. Like we have dev environment, quality environment, and production environment, right? So for these three environments, we'll have only one BTP global account, and there will be three different sub accounts. Confirm it's right, Raviteja. Just to add on point.
I think so, yeah, because in BTP, whenever you are creating something, I mean, it's a kind of, whenever you are developing something, you will have to start with the dev space because there will be different spaces will be created in that.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
just that one. That's what I want to add on. That's it. Yeah, you can continue, Mahesh.
Questions anyone is having on BTP? So anyway, this is the BTP. The term is very. I mean, listening. We are listening from quite from few years, right? The BTP, BTP demand, BTP, BTP. Okay. So let me know if you need more information. Okay, na? So I will talk with him and then we'll move on about that. Okay. Anyone want to expertise or want to learn the training? So he's also giving the training. So 30 hours duration.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Ranjan, we can go ahead with the Fiori and
Yes,
this one. Please go ahead.
yes.
Thanks.
Yeah. So let me share my screen. I have prepared something on that. And I can say just let me know if you can able to see my screen.
Yes, we can see. Ranjan. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. Hi, I'm myself Ranjan. I am a Fiori full stack developer, and I have done a lot of implementation. And yeah, so today I'll be discussing about like what is Fiori and what is the purpose of Fiori and what are the scopes in Fiori. Okay. So why SAP has introduced a Fiori? Because when
Right.
SAP has introduced, they were always using a GUI screen, as you know already, and it's the GUI screen was not fit for the kind of like today's world, like it's a kind of where everything is on cloud. So SAP has slowly moved and they have come with a technology called SAP Fiori. That's an SAP's modern UX design system where you have to create some kind of a display screen where user will be interacting, and then it will be connected to the backend system, and then you'll be fetching the data and you'll be displaying in a you can say that in design after you will design the screen and then you'll display that. So that's an UX design system which SAP has introduced. And like this SAP Fiori, it's a kind of intuitive, like kind of same all the applications themes. Suppose if your client, if you have any client and who is having their own theme of the background display of the Fiori, and it will be in all the application, the look and feel will be same, only the functionality wise it will be changed. And coming to the next point, if you can see here, we have mentioned role based applications. So why we called the SAP Fiori as a role based application? Because if you see in your any industry, like if you have an ERP software, so definitely the ERP software will be depending on a different level of your industry. Like manager have, and top of that manager have different roles in a company. So based on the role of a company hierarchy, we have the SAP has designed the application, and that role we have to assign for the particular person. so that he can use that SAP Fiori. Everyone, all application is not given to for everyone. It is depends on your role. What is your role in your company? So that's how the SAP Fiori has been built. And the another important thing for SAP Fiori, it can be used in any device. It is not a like particularly like a desktop. Like previously we are using GUI screen. That is that those concept is not there. It can be used in desktop, mobile, tablet, or any kind of size of the device. Like it different mobile sizes are also there, and then the tablet size is also there. So those doesn't depend on anything. Like SAP Fiori can be seen in any of the devices. Okay, so SAP Fiori, it's a design principle, as I have in the mentioned in the first point. Like it's an UX design system. US means it's an user experience based on the multiple customers, by seeing their how they are using the application. Based on their experience, they have designed a concept called SAP Fiori. So to build an SAP Fiori application, yeah, is there any question? Yeah. So to build an SAP Fiori application, we are using SAP UI5 as a UI5 framework, and that's a front-end technology. Okay. And now, when you want to get the real-time data from the table, like like every application will take the data from the database table only. But in case of SAP Fiori, we cannot directly connect to our database table. Like if the database table is there in any other database table, that is not a problem. That is not matters here. The only thing matters for SAP Fiori, whether you have the OData service or not. If you have OData service, then SAP Fiori will directly connect to the OData service, and then he will fetch the data. OData responsibility is to collect, get the data from the database table, and whatever the manipulation or application layer, whatever you want to do, you will do that. And then that OData service will expose the data to the SAP Wi-Fi. Okay. So this is the connection between SAP Fiori and SAP Wi-Fi and OData. And all these applications, every web application has to be stored in a server. But in case of SAP Fiori, if you want to give to the end user, you have to deploy that application to a Fiori Launchpad. We have a concept called Fiori Launchpad. That also we have to do as a Fiori developer. That is a single entry point for any end user. We have to give that application, whatever application we are developing, that has to be there in the Fiori Launchpad. Now,
To
as
add
I
one
told,
point
like,
here, just to add one point, some people application means basically
mhm.
like is a purchase order or sales order or material information, right? All this is called as
Yes,
a one application basically. So till now that
yes,
application we are seeing in the SAP GUI using the
correct,
ABAP multiple programming concept, which it works
correct.
only in the laptops, desktops only. Whereas this
Desktops.
purely the concept is where it is, I can say the replacement of the module pool concept, because completely the user interface will be done through the
Yes,
browser applications, through the browser.
correct. Yes, yes,
That's
exactly.
what. And one point, Ranjan,
Mhm,
one more point is
mhm.
so communication between the SAP backend system and to the Fiori is mandatory to have the OData in both ways, right?
Correct.
Either
Yes,
you want fetch the data from the SAP backend system and show in the Fiori, or from Fiori application you want push the data into SAP system. So OData is the communication channel.
yes. OData is the communication channel. Right.
Thanks, please go ahead.
Yeah. So the purpose of SAP Fiori, as I told, that is a simplify complex SAP GUI screens. As my sir told, that we have that lot of purchase order, material information, so like lot of modules we have in SAP. So all those modules, whatever we have the GUI transactions modules, those all. Uh,
पहले ही ऑलरेडी रन चुका था एक ही जगह चेंज किया है एक बच्चे का 3 नंबर था मैंने 20 किया है और लैब के जो सारे
Taresh sir, can you please go
वो
to
सारे मैंने भर दिए
mute?
हैं अब इसे प्रिंट करके साइन करके आपको विनय शर्मा से जमा करना होगा
Hello.
सर
Yes, so that's the purpose of SAP Fiori. It all has the GUI transactions has already simplified in a web application, kind of web application, and it's I mean wherever I mean in the browser and any device it can be used. So I mean we are delivering the consistent user experience across SAP systems. As I told, that is like the look and feel, everything will be similar for all the applications. Only the functionality wise will be different, dependent on like how the client, your end user wants. So I mean, yeah. So that is another point. Like mobility we have discussed, and then mobility as like any device, it can be worked. And responsive design, it is more responsive. And as I told that this is a role-based application, we have already discussed about that. Now,
Just
what
one
are the
question,
scope
Ranjan.
of
Just
Fiori?
Ranjan, one
Mhm.
question. No? So,
Yeah.
as Fiori, we are talking it uses the UEFI programming language of SAP. That SAP's own
Mhm.
programming language, right? UEFI,
Mhm.
UEFI. So for design the front end. Front end
Mhm.
means all the scanning elements, right? Maybe
Correct.
drop down box or input output box,
Yes.
radio buttons, check boxes, all these things. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
in SAP point of view, the module pool programming point of view, so we
Mhm.
also update the data into database tables in the events of the module pool program by writing the
Correct.
insert,
Mhm.
update, modify, delete. These are the statements
Mhm.
we use that
Mhm.
to transfer the data from SAP GUI, what we have built through
Mhm.
module pool, into SAP database tables. So
Mhm.
in that case, as we just discussed, we don't write those type of insert, modify, update statements. Inside the
Mhm.
Fiori UEFI, we don't write the code, right? Do we write that code of database update statements?
We don't have directly the database update, but yeah, we when if it is connected to the OData service, as I told,
Hmm.
that from the front end we have to make a query, like not a kind of query, it's a JavaScript code
Mhm.
which we
Mhm.
have to write, and we have to create some standard methods. That standard methods is responsible to connect to the OData service, and the respective functionality will be getting called based on the your JavaScript query, whatever you are writing in the Fiori side using JavaScript.
Okay, so JavaScript we used to call the methods of the OData basically, right?
Yes,
So
exactly.
inside
Yes,
the
that's it.
inside the
Mhm.
OData methods, we write a database statements. It could be insert,
Correct.
update, modify,
Yes.
or BAPI,
Mhm.
whatever it may be.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
thanks,
Yes.
man. Please go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. So, as you can see that in the functional wise, we have a lot of scopes, like kind of any business domain in SAP, those all covering now Fiori. Okay, so recently, I think you might have heard about the BREAM module, which was actually previously the SAP has already developed whatever the required BREAM Fiori application is there. But currently, in recent one of my projects, which I have done the Fiori implementation, that's not a standard one, the custom Fiori application in a BREAM module also, which is I think I missed to add that. But all the modules now SAP is covering all the modules from SAP, which can have, which is having already the Fiori. Okay. So now coming to the technical scope of Fiori, like for that we need to know the SAP UI5 framework. Inside this SAP UI5 framework, if you want to code in SAP UI5 framework, you should know JavaScript, HTML, CSS, jQuery, and like Node.js. Okay, so base the most important thing you should know the JavaScript, Node.js, and jQuery is a optional thing. If you know, that's well and good, but if you don't know also, if you know only JavaScript, that's well and fine, then we can proceed and you can easily develop any SAP UI5 and Fiori applications. And also, then if you see this technical scope like OData service, we have a different types of, I mean, V2 and V4 OData service version. Okay, right now before this Fiori, there was a session which you might have seen. They are explaining about a CAPM and RAP, all those things. So that is your OData version V4, which is also connected to the Fiori directly. Okay, so that's a OData version v4. But the currently, if you are developing a normal CDS views and using your ABAP, pure ABAP code like function module and the select a statement and creating internal table and work area, all those data structures. So all those things, that is your V2s. But whenever you are using CDS views using RAP or CAPM, that OData service is called as your V4. So those two types of V4 and OData service we have, V2 and V4. Okay. And then next, as I told, for any user, end user, the entry point is your Fiori Launchpad. So that's a Fiori Launchpad configuration. As a Fiori developer, you should do that configuration. That is in another scope which is generating. Like if you are a Fiori developer, you should know SAP Wi-Fi framework. If you know data service, also you will be hired. And if you know Fiori Launchpad configuration, that is also a scope that which can, I mean, still. I mean, currently there are a lot of other changes happening in Fiori Launchpad, but yeah, if you know the Fiori Launchpad configuration, that is another scope which you can go for.
And
And
also it
that
knows better, sorry to disturb, ABAP as well, at least basic ABAP.
yes,
Oops, concepts,
correct,
database statements, right? BAP is how to call the function modules. These
exactly,
concepts is
yes.
expertise, so then they will become the full stack developer automatically.
Full stack developer, yes, and definitely we need that in the RAP, because if you don't know the basics of a WAP, then that is also, it is not possible to complete the OData service and RAP. So that is also an important thing.
In any case,
Yeah,
one point is sure, SAP ABAP is the
yes,
heart for entire SAP, now or
correct,
forever. So it will
exactly,
be
yes.
there.
Yes, yes, yeah,
Yes.
you're right. Yeah, because we are like SAP is definitely looking not only for Fury, because Fury, I mean, not only for Fury, they are looking like a Fury full stack who knows both the thing. Because nowadays the thing is like, if you know ABAP and OData service creation and then RAP or CAP, those are all like kind of a full Fury full stack developers, right? And now whenever if you are developing any CAP or RAP application or any auditor service, you are directly creating a Fiori elements. That is an another template. That's a Fiori template which SAP has given. You don't need to write UI5 Fiori JavaScript coding and all in these Fiori elements. But there is a different scope. Fiori elements, if your client doesn't want anything from the front end side to change, then yeah, that's fine. You can go directly with Fiori elements and create a wrap or cap or CDS and then come, I mean, call from the Fiori elements template. That's fine. Okay. Now also we have lot of SAP Fiori standard application. So is definitely there is a most important thing which every company and or every client they want, that is extensibility. Like all the standard Fiori which is already created, if user or client they want to change something in that screen, then we have to go for extensibility. There are different types like key user and developer. Okay, so then also we have smart controls and analytical apps. So like if you have like smart controls in the sense the table data will automatically fetch the table data from the OData service, your metadata. So that is what your smart controls. And analytical apps, like there will be analytical analysis will be there, and like kind of higher in from your company, higher authorities, they don't want to see all those data and all in a Excel sheet or kind of a table columns or something. They want to see in an analytical wise. So that also possible in using SAP Fury. Yeah. So, project scope, like we have a role creation and catalog creation, launchpad setup. These are all the different kind of roles you can get in your company, like
Or activities,
application.
or activities
Yes,
of doing.
activities.
Activity.
Correct. What are the activities we need to do? So app activation and configuration, as I told, Fiori Launchpad configuration, and before Fiori Launchpad configuration, if you have any standard app, that also need to be activated in your SAP system. Otherwise, it is not going to work. So UI adaption, as I told, that's a key user extensibility, and customization, as I know, as I told that there is different application which user wants that they want to create from the scratch. That's what your customization. And then also same thing, custom SAP development. And there is another thing which is like kind of nowadays it's a new topic, like integration via OData, CAP, and RAP. That is also a point which we can have the requirements for any client. And you can say that what is the career and future scope for this using Fiori? We have high demand Fiori and Fiori full stack developer. Okay. And that is very essential if you are going for any kind of S4HANA projects. And if you have any BTP adoption, expanding Fiori scopes, like if you have any BTP, like any requirement, then definitely they will be asking you what do you know about an BTP from Fiori point of view. Then you should say that I know, like I can create a wrap, a cap, or ORDA service. All those things you can explain, and then you will be like a kind of a Fiori scope. It is added in the Fiori scope. Okay. So recently they also added AI, like integrated apps, SAP Joule, all those things you'll be finding. And Fiori remains primary SAP UX for long term, because definitely the user experience for SAP will be now Fiori, and that's a long term because everything is getting changed to kind of web application. Okay, so the scope is also changing based on that. Okay, now uh, as like we have already discussed about the BTP, and under that BTP, if you want to develop something on that, then you have to use your BAS tool. There is a business application studio that we have to use that. Okay. Now we have a development tool, like here I can explain, like Business Application Studio and VS Code. Both are useful for developing Fiori. VS Code, as already Ravi Tej has explained, that it is provided by Microsoft, and BAS tool it is provided by SAP. Whenever you are using, if you have a BTP trial account, then you can access the BAS tool and then you can start your development. So these are all the two different development tools for us. Okay. Yeah, that's it from my side. If you have any questions, let me know.
Basically, it was not a terminology of full stack developer in SAP earlier. So once the
Yes.
Fiori has come into picture, so we got a terminology of full stack developer. So earlier in
Yes.
SAP means only one developer, ABAP developer only. There is no other full stack developer concept, front end and back end. Because front end, back end, everything by through the SAP ABAP programming language only. So like one of my friend was saying that. So whatever you consider, but SAP is making one job dividing into multiple people. So in that way, they are creating a lot of opportunities to more people, right? So if you take the ABAP
Yes.
job, who was doing one person, now ABAP consultant, Fiori consultant, OData consultant, many people are coming into the picture, the roles or the opportunities. So in that way, if you take as a positive, it is good only what SAP is going.
Yes. Yes.
Any others? Just one question, Anjan, about
Mhm.
this exactly the difference between the RAP, because RAP programming model also we used to create the apps, Fiori apps.
Mhm.
How it differs to the Fiori apps and develops apps developed by through the RAP programming model.
Yeah. So if you see, as I told in this slide, let me just open it again. Yes. So as I told that OData service, we have different versions like V2 and V4. Like whenever if you are developing you are doing something on RAP, and then that is a V4, like what will happen if you are using Fiori application development using RAP, then you don't need to write any controller logic. Like JavaScript coding and any view creation or model creation from the front end, like from the Fiori side. Those things we don't at all required. Whatever the transactional app you are creating, everything will be written in a wrap model using CDS views. And also, the most important thing in wrap is like we can write whatever we are writing in ABAP, but in the CDS format. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. This is important point.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone having the questions, please? So you can ask. Otherwise, we'll move on to the CPI. So go on meet Barua. Okay. So I think we can move on to CPI. Mono.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ranjan.
Hi.
Very much.
Thanks, Ranjan. Thanks, Avan, Ravi Teja.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me share my screen. Yeah, am I audible?
ఏమైంది సార్ కాల్కి ఏమైంది
Hello.
Yes, you are audible, Manu. You are audible.
ఆమె
Yeah. Yeah, hi everyone. Myself, Manu. I have total 8 years of integration, SAP integration experience. Uh, yeah. Today I want to give a brief overview on SAP Cloud Platform integration. What is SAP CPI? So basically, I want to start that initially Ravi explained, right? SAP BTP. So that is a parent application which gives access to SAP CPI Cloud Platform integration. Cloud Platform integration is nothing but it's the same platform as integration by SAP. For every ERP system, we have a middleware tool. So for SAP, the connecting middleware tool is SAP CPI. CPI is the middleware tool. The latest middleware tool for SAP is SAP CPI. Earlier, it was SAP PO, which was an on-premise system. Now it is converted to cloud with BTP, and it's SAP CPI. So, what SAP CPI do? So, it's simply, in simple terms, it's a middleware tool of SAP system, as I said. So, it enables us to connect with various other external systems other than SAP. It helps us to connect with non-SAP systems and SAP systems. It will transfer the data. Basically, transferring the data from one system to other system, we require a middleware tool. So that is the main scope of what SAP CPI does. It transfers the data between two systems, whether it's non-SAP system or an SAP system.
Just to add one point here. So in projects, right, with our experience also, especially the interface concepts is very critical, and sometimes I can say the complex as well to understood thoroughly the communication basically, because you are going to interact with the different systems. So this is very critical area in the projects CPI area, where the integration will be done with either SAP, and this CPI is suitable for both, right? SAP and legacy and SAP to SAP, right? Mono?
Correct.
Both. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, here SAP integrates between two systems, whether it's maybe SAP to SAP or SAP to non-SAP. So here, what are SAP systems like S4 HANA, Ariba, SuccessFactors, and we have other few like even we can connect directly to Fiori using SAP CPI as Ranjan explained about the Fiori, right? Even we can integrate with Fiori and transfer the data to S4. We can get the data from any other external systems as well. So here non-SAP systems comes under it may be any systems which are not connected to SAP. So even in SAP we can connect with cloud systems and as well as on-premise systems with the help of cloud connector. Which earlier Ravi mentioned in BTP, there is a product called Cloud Connector, which helps us and extend SAP CPI to connect to on-premise system which are in private network and the cloud systems as well. And here, for data transformation, in earlier in SAP PO, we used to have several scriptings. We need to know several scriptings for data conversion. Here, from SAP CPI inbuilt, we have very predefined palettes or objects to transform the data from one structure to other structure. It supports all types of structures like XML, JSON, or everything. So in SAP CPI, it is extended to API management and event mesh. So API management is nothing but controlling an API with rules. If you want to control an API like OData or any REST call or any SOAP call, we can apply rules and we can apply conditions using API management. So that is API management and event meshes. And nowadays, every data is driven based on events. So it's like a single click, it will driven into multiple events. It will trigger the multiple events. So here, this enables like event mesh. This is another application from BTP, which integrates with SAP CPI to allow and integrate with multiple events at the same time. We can say real-time data transfer through SAP by using SAP CPI. So here, as I earlier said, right, it can connect to SAP system and non-SAP systems and API management, event mesh, and open connectors. Coming to open connectors, in integration part, it is very important to connect to other systems. So to connect other systems, we are in SAP CPI, we are already have very predefined adapters. Like if you want to go, if you want to connect to ServiceNow. ServiceNow is another application which handles the ticketing tool, right? To connect ServiceNow, we have a direct adapter from SAP Cloud Integration, so we can directly use that ServiceNow adapter and connect to ServiceNow and extend the data between SAP and ServiceNow. Similarly, we have various other adapters as well, which are already pre-built by SAP and ready to use, like plugin and use. So this is the main motto of SAP CPI to transfer real-time data and also any other data from SAP to other systems. So CPI is a cloud-based integration platform which is very affordable and reducing upfront investment based on other systems. It offers very flexible development design and infrastructure to design the integrations based on the business requirements. As I earlier said, right, we have various objects in SAP CPI like predefined structure. There are very predefined already integrations which we can use. Just like suppose material master data is there in the functional views. So there are very predefined integrations. Just you have to connect your system, the data is ready, and you can integrate with other applications. So if any other customization comes, you'll go to the design part. Until then, there are mostly predefined packages in SAP CPI. Just it is like a plugin and use case. Just you will give the configuration and everything. And coming to graphical development interface structure. Earlier in PO system, it is a 3 landscape structure to complete a interface. It is one's come to the communication and connecting part, and the other one is development, mapping, and designing part. But in CPI, it is enabled in only one interface infrastructure screen, where it is handled 3 modules in one infrastructure. So there is mapping connection in only one UI screen where you can develop and integrate, and it is very scalable as to monitor each and every step of the data transformation in SAP CPI using several monitoring tools. And we have in monitoring, we have several adapters in SAP CPI to connect like REST, SOAP, IDOC, and OData. In OData, as mentioned, V2, V4, we can connect with OData, SFTP, and JMS. And also we have JDBC like adapters. We can connect to database adapters. REST and SOAP are like web-based applications where we can connect. And IDOC is coming to a EDI transaction, or it's a standard transaction from SAP earlier. Everyone were using, right? So we can connect using IDOC or RFC. There are several adapters already built in SAP, so we can use. And also we can build and self adapters using open connectors based on our requirement and connectivity part.
Just one question, Manu, here. Suppose we are extending the data between from on S/4HANA on-premises to legacy
Yeah.
system. Still
Okay.
CPI come into picture, or it will be PAPO, or what is the flow of that? Suppose there is no
PIPO
cloud
is the
involving there.
no. The cloud connector and the CPI comes into the picture because cloud connector can't send directly the data to the legacy system. Okay, cloud connector is whether connected to CPI or S4 system. So when the data comes from through cloud connector, it goes through CPI only. The destinations are created in BTP. Through BTP, that connection will be made to CPI and data is sent.
But
And
client is
PIPO will not.
on-premises only, not on the cloud. Completely on-premises S/4HANA. So they
Yeah,
don't have the
in
cloud
that
deployment.
cases, cloud connectors comes into the picture and it will connect between SAP CPI and S4 on on-premise system.
How is it? Okay. So in any way, it will come the CPI into picture. I mean, the cloud CPI will come into picture.
Any data
Whether it is
transfer
the
made
system
from
is
S4
complete.
system, right?
Huh?
Any data transfer made from
Huh.
S4 system to any other legacy apps or any third-party applications,
Hmm.
CPI comes into the picture.
Oh, okay, okay. Got that. Got the point. That is the reason I think there's more demand now also, right? I mean,
Yeah,
CPI.
see, for every ERP software, there will definitely an SAP, there will be a middleware tool. So for SAP, it is integration. As you said, right, there is the main integration developer, technical developer is ABAP, right?
Yes,
In the SAP GUI part. When
correct.
coming to the integration part, the cloud integration consultant comes into the picture, the integration consultant.
Okay.
The complete integration consultant looks into the CPI part of a middleware tool.
Middleware tool. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Here we have also real-time monitoring where we can monitor the data in real time, where the data transactions happen in real time between SAP system and other systems, right? We can have a real-time monitoring and scalability to check each and every step where the data is getting modified, and also each and every step where which parameters and which data is being passed to one other system. And coming to security, everything, right? We have different types of various types of options in SAP CPI for maintaining security, like encryption of the data, and we can import an external encryptions also if it is dependent on the business part. There are also inbuilt encryptions we can use in SAP CPI. And authentication, it is a wide range of authentication like OAuth authentication. We have user credentials authentication. We have authorization code authentications, certificate based authentications. So every part of authentications can be handled in SAP CPI part. And the volume part in the data transaction, right? We have a data range of around 100 MB data can be transferred at a time with no time taking process in SAP CPI. It may be any many records of 100 MB data, right? It can be transferred through a single message in SAP CPI, and it is continuously operational, and it is independent to every integration. It's not all the data is going through CPI and it's running on the load, right? Every message is independent to everything, and the data transaction is happening smoothly to one system to other systems. It is a continuous operation, in simple words. So mostly that this is the overview of SAP CPI. Any integration, any ERP system is used by any client or any system. Integration, SAP CPI integration is involved, and for this, the prerequisites are the plus point is in SAP CPI. Just you have to understand the data, how the data is getting transferred. You have to understand the XML, JSON, and other CSV structures, the data structures, the data methods are there, and also the call methods like post, get, operation methods, the API methods are required, which you need to understand. And a simple Java, a basic Java is enough for coding part. Mostly in SAP CPI, right? It is a major advantage that the coding is very less involved. It will be involved in very rare scenarios. Mostly 95% of the integrations we won't use any coding or anything. Any palettes that are not standardly defined by SAP, we'll use Java coding. Even that is, we already have very predefined Java codes also available, like Groovy language codes. The already predefined codes in a various SAP blocks. We can use it and we can continue our development and integrate with other systems. We require a very basic coding language for SAP CPI part. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can shoot.
Any questions? And one thing, Manu, so basic prerequisite, who is the better people to learn? Of course, I think ABAP people is the one of the good, if the ABAP people knows the CPI, right? So a lot of integration we do with the SAP interfaces is good ABAP people to learn the CPI. And other than that, with what background of the programming language, as you said already, basic Java programming, Groovy, right? Groovy is the
Yes,
language, right? So that language similar to Java, na?
yes, it's a similar Java language.
Similar to Java. And then so those people will become the expertise in this integration consultant. So we call as integration consultant. And
Yes, Mahesh. Not
yeah,
only technical consultant, as Abhay you said, even functional consultant can easily understand and integrate, because it's not that in every integration you use Java or Groovy language. Uh, it comes in 95% of the part we don't use Groovies. We just integrate the already predefined palettes which are available by SAP CPI in SAP CPI.
Mhm. That is the correct point, because one of my friend also was asking me saying that so he is a functional consultant. So he is saying that, sir, I want to learn SAP CPI and Fiori both. So he is very much interested
Yeah,
because
that will be a
these are
very great
mandatory to learn.
advantage
I mean,
because
to know, right?
yes, that will be a great advantage to have a combination of Fiori and CPI. See, I recommend to have a BTP knowledge, CPI knowledge, and Fiori is a great advantage to integrate and uh, add a volume to your resume.
Correct, correct, correct. And also the billing point of view or every perspective, right? Is a good
Yeah, it
advantage
helps the
only.
company and the client to
Yes. And the other
find
point,
source.
Mano, about the training point of view, suppose we want someone, I want to learn, for example, this CPI, right? How we will make it that environment? How it will be like? How do I like, for example, S4 HANA, right? I will buy the SAP system from the vendor. Then we will work on that system, all
We
SAP
will,
models.
yeah, we have a trial account given by SAP, free trial account. We can use trial account and we can start working on SAP CPI
So
integrations.
all the scenarios we can build it in that environment.
Yeah, 90% of the integrations we can complete it through.
And backend our S4 HANA practice system, we can connect it.
Yes, we can connect it.
Backend S4 HANA system, we can connect through that trial BTP account.
Yes,
Okay, good. Thank you. And as you said, right, no need of any programming language, but is good. At least it may be some ABAP or some SAP functional or some SAP background is there. Is good only, right? So it will be more
yes, it adds
advantage.
add. Yes, it
Any
adds add.
model of SAP, because for every model of SAP, there will be interfaces will be there to exchange the data between from
Correct.
SAP to legacy system or SAP to SAP, and the other way, inbound and outbound cases both. And data
Yes,
communication is through all these methods. The CPI will support IDOCs and files also it supports files as well.
it
Files
supports all the formats, all the it supports binary data, it supports files, it supports XML data, JSON
XML
data.
data. Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
EDI data, everything it supports.
Mhm. But there are some clients without they don't go to CPA, it's mandatory to go to CPA to exchange the data from SAP to legacy system. Is it mandatory, or they can go the other way, the traditional method of IDOCs and file interfaces, placing the files in the application server, and then from there the legacy system will access those files data.
No, earlier the system was when they place an XML in FTP servers. If you are aware, there used to be an FTP servers. You place the data in FTP servers. From FTP servers, they used to pick the data and transfer the data. As
Correct.
going forward, there will be no FTP servers. Presently, they are being used, but in going future scenarios, FTP will be not used. SFTP will come into the picture, right? Already,
Okay.
most of the companies are going to moving into SFTP legacies. So in that case, SFT CPI comes into the picture to data exchange.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Manu. Yeah. Anyone having any questions? So. If you don't have any questions, right, maybe I'll stop. I will take the ABAP and RAP together. So on RAP, one of my friend is stuck up with the client call. So I will take one session with ABAP and the RAP. So, and that is, and maybe I'll cover the ABAP on cloud also. What are the things ABAP cloud with respect to cloud or ABAP programming? Maybe at least we need more than half an hour for that two topics. Any questions, anyone? So you can reach to us. So yes, you might be, many of you are there already in my group. Okay, you can reach, just like you, my number in the chat window. So then you can reach to me for any trainings, because we are providing the trainings with these experts as well, the online trainings. So you can ask us to more details to get. Okay. Thanks to all. Anyone? Any have questions? 2 minutes. I will wait. We'll wait 2 minutes. Any questions? Okay, I think we can stop. Manu, thanks. Thank you very much. Thanks to all for joining into the session. So I'll announce that in the group when I will be taking the ABAP and RAP very soon, within 2 days. Okay, thanks all. Bye bye.
Thank you all.
Thanks.